This is Chapter 4, The Homicide Detective, Joe McGrath. Elizabeth, Joe, I've got some terrible news. We found Peter. He was murdered. 13-year-old Joe stared at his mother as if he didn't comprehend what Uncle Andrew had said. Elizabeth, struggling to speak, murmured, "What happened?" "We found Peter in the woods west of town. He was shot to death." Joe started shaking and sobbing. He screamed, "You didn't find my father, you found his body. What's wrong with you?" Elizabeth went to Joe and wrapped her arms around her son. "That's okay, honey. I'm here for you. So is Uncle Andrew." "Joe and Adam, watch. You gotta toss the line sidearm. It's gotta land easy so the bait don't fall off the hooks," Hank said. Joe and Adam watched as Hank's perfect trout line throw landed in the little Cahaba River. The three boys were inseparable friends. Hank, a colored boy, was their spiritual leader into the fields and streams south of Birmingham, Alabama. Adam, a white boy, and Joe followed Hank's lead as his faithful acolytes. "I gotta go home," Joe said. "It's getting late." He bounded in the front door. "Mom, I'm home." "Go clean up. Dad'll be home soon. Uncle Andrew is coming for supper." "Have you been on the river with Hank and Adam?" "Yes, ma'am." "Then I know you're a mess. Get to it." Elizabeth hurried to prepare supper. This was her first full day home since returning from one of her twice-yearly trips to Boston, her hometown. At supper, Elizabeth said, "Peter, I forgot to tell you, I saw some of my Cliffy friends last week. They said to say hello." She had met Peter in Boston when both were working on graduate degrees, Peter at Boston College's law school and Elizabeth in English Lit at Radcliffe College. They were married after graduation and moved to Montevallo, where Joe was born in 1910. "That's nice. About ready for your fall classes, honey?" Peter said. "Almost. I'm really excited about the new programs." Elizabeth taught English Lit at Alabama College for Women. "I know it'll be great." "And what did you do today, Joe?" Peter said. "Hank showed Adam and me how to set a trout line in the river. He's sure good at it." "I'm glad you've got a friend like Hank. I don't know much about that sort of thing." Andrew, Peter's younger brother and the town's police chief, laughed. "Joe, your dad never took his nose out of a book long enough to bait a hook. But I bet you guys catch some big catfish." "Very funny, little brother," Peter said. "How's the case going, honey?" Elizabeth said. "Not well. A lot of anger over this one. We'll see. Critical day in the court tomorrow." Peter, the town's only criminal defense lawyer, represented white and colored clients with equal vigor, much to the chagrin of many in the community. "Don't worry, we'll control the hotheads," Andrew said. The next morning, Peter got up from the breakfast table and kissed Elizabeth. "See you tonight, honey." Joe walked his dad to the front door and hugged him goodbye. It was the last time Joe saw his father alive. And that's